But yeah, last but not least, going to move on to topic 3. Going to talk about WWE's Money in the Bank 2021, which, as I have recording, aired last night. If you watched the pre-show, it was a whopping 5 hours in total. Holy shit, is this WrestleMania? No, because that'd be 16 hours. Oh my god. 5 hours. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I watch stuff late. I can't watch it live. The only things I do watch live, WrestleMania, NXT every Tuesday. That's the only things I watch live. I do not have the ability to catch the other shows live because of either other podcast recordings or just personal life stuff. So I watch everything late. So I'm watching, 11, 12 at night pay-per-views on the network or whatever. Peacock is starting to be a pain in the ass. And by starting to be, I mean, this is the first time I'm being affected by it, but I've seen other people complaining about it. If a pay-per-view has started, I don't know what the threshold is. If a pay-per-view has started, you cannot go back and start over the pay-per-view at your leisure. You need to wait until the event is completely done, then you can start it over. So by the time I was finally free, they were in the main event. There were still about 30-ish minutes still left to go. So, because of this jumbled schedule with me recording late, fuck. I had to wait an extra 30 minutes to then start the pay-per-view. Now, me looking at it, I'm like, oh, fuck, 5 hours. This means I'm going to wrap up at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. Crap. Not that I don't stay up that late normally, but man, does that really suck. If I did want to record at night, but I didn't. Turns out the actual pay-per-view itself was only about 3 and some change. Okay, I can do that. So anyways, just a little gripe with Peacock. What the fuck? Let us start when we want to start. I get the whole, oh, it's a live event, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. So anyways, I start watching it at midnight, and we go through the whole event. Overall pay-per-view, good. Some fine matches. I don't know if it's just the amount of times we see certain people wrestle the same person so many times. It's like, I don't know, or whatever it is, but like nothing super excited me, compelled me. There was a couple matches I was like, oh, that was a fun time, and like had good spots, but nothing was like, I need to sit down, not do anything else, and watch this match. I was kind of like 50-50. I was like watching, playing something, watching, working on something, which seems to be how I absorb at least the main roster's pay-per-views, unless it's a Mania, unless it's a Rumble, and then NXT is like, you got my attention. So, kicking off, we had the ladies kicking off. The ladies' Money in the Bank started the match. We had Asuka, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Alexa Bliss, Nikki ASH, Tamina, Natalya, and Naomi participating in this match. Alexa got a lot of attention after her entrance. It seemed like after every woman had entered the ring, we went right back to staring at her and her mystical presence. I don't know. The ladies did good. I don't know if as an opener this was a smart choice. Not that the ladies can't deliver, not that they can't put on a good show. Some things were not as polished as maybe they could be. And it was only a few spots here and there, move-wise, kind of detracted from it. A lot of these ladies definitely have some popularity behind them. Naomi got a lot of cheers. Same with Bliss, same with Asuka. A lot of people were behind Liv Morgan, hoping she would win. But there was also some duds, for lack of a better term, on fan reaction for this match. Our tag champs. Nikki was like 50-50. Zelina kind of got a good pop, but didn't really get a good reaction the rest of the match. So it was a questionable start. Not like I said, not that they can't do it, but just like I don't know if these ladies have been given enough of a spotlight building up to this. Like we've talked about this numerous times, where they put faith in certain superstars. Like obviously Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, Sasha, 4 horsewomen, right? Bam. Like can't touch them. They're up here. do no wrong. Ha. The rest of the ladies are kind of like in this weird limbo area of like they can get some momentum behind them and then it kind of like get chopped at the knees and like nothing's going for them. So I think that's unfortunately what happened in this situation where like nobody's got that super momentum behind them. Like the crowd's confused because you build, you stop, you build, you stop. So it's like, should I cheer for this person? Should I even get behind this person? Yeah, weird. Whole nother discussion there. But anyways, ladies did a good job here. We did a little hocus pocus Alexa Bliss thing, which I'm kind of behind, or not behind, kind of like against now. Yeah, I don't know with Zelina, but that was the only spot I didn't like. Nikki ASH is going to end up taking it from, she literally steals it while the six other participants are fighting on top of the ladder. She's literally going to climb over top of them, just go whoop, and pull it for herself. So good for her. That was a big surprise of her winning. I was wondering what the payoff was going to be, but because we're recording on a Monday Night Raw has happened, we see the payoff. Nikki has cashed in, and she is now Raw Women's Champion. So good for her. She took advantage of Charlotte being down. Haha, victory. Hopefully, they can do something with Nikki, and this is not just a placeholder. This is not just a waste of time. I really hope they can do something for Nikki. Superhero, or almost superhero. But good for her. Happy for her. Good for her. Just said that twice, but really happy for her. Hope she does good things. Next, we're going to move up on to the Raw Tag Team titles. We got the War Raiders versus AJ Styles and Omos. Sadly, this is another thing of like the crowd was really good. And what I mean by that is like they were loud with the reactions. They're excited to be back. But unlike Impact, where they were like cheering everybody on, like, yes, we're back at wrestling. We're so excited. This is awesome. I just want to show all my love and support for you guys. It was kind of not the same here. AJ got a huge pop, huge crowd reaction, as he should, right? The War Raiders, the faces here, got nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean by WWE standards, nothing. Like, you get the general, overtones of crowd noise, but like, no excitement, no fanfare, no like hype and like, let's go for these guys. And it just sucks to see. Not because the War Raiders are bad, and I know they're called the Viking Experience now, but I'm going to keep calling them the War Raiders. They got nothing. And like I said, it sucks because seeing them in the limited capacity I do know them in their NXT livelihood, they were fucking great. Like, people loved them. And granted, I know Hanson or Eric, whatever his name is now, I know he's coming back from injury recently. But like, man, this is another team of like, momentum, no momentum. Momentum, no momentum. Like, you gotta do something so the crowd feels compelled and engaged or involved or wanting to cheer on these people. So, ends up the AJ and Omos will retain. Omos did get a little reaction because he was doing well. Glad to see he's doing, well, and it seems like Styles being next to him is helping. So, cool there. Hopefully the War Raiders can get some momentum behind them as of fanfare cheering perspective. Before we move on to match 3, another thing they were doing throughout the entire night, because this was our first pay-per-view with fans back in minus Mania, is they were kind of, to the audience watching at home, or at least like, seems like a lot of people are coming back into wrestling because people did not want to watch when there were no fans. They did do a good thing of like recapping individuals, being like, so-and-so is really important because they had this moment in their career, and they would show like title wins or big Mania moments or like stuff that boosted them. I thought this was a good move. Cutting back to the War Raiders real quick, we did this, their only highlight that they decided to show was this the interesting tag team competition they had going on with the Street Profits. Interesting choice. But nonetheless, that's the only thing they've done on main roster. So I guess what was your choice? Because we can't acknowledge NXT. Anyways, smart move to show highlights. That one in particular highlight, not great. Match 3 is going to be the WWE Championship match. We're going to get Bobby Lashley defending against Kofi Kingston. And it's a squash match. Why? Why can't we just have a good, solid match between these two guys? I know Bobby's the dominator. He's got to be a good champion. Blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? Kofi is a former champion. Kofi's a former IC, US, tag team. Like, the guy's been around for ages. Throw him a bone. At least have a nice, competitive match. You can still have Bobby be dominating. You can still have him do these powerful fucking moves. You know, you can still have him do the 3 dominators at the end. That's fine. Let Kofi do something. Give us a competitive match. But no, we just had to do a squash. It still went for a couple minutes. But yeah, it was just essentially Bobby throwing around Kofi, slamming him around. For what reason? Because guess what? Monday Night Raw, Goldberg's going to come out and be like, well, I'm next. Granted, we did get a very nice Keith Lee return. Cool moment. Good for him. Let's do something fucking with him. But just for Goldberg to come out and be like, bleh, I'm Goldberg. Fuck it. Dumb match. Raw Women's title is next. We're going to have Charlotte going against Rhea Ripley defending her title. The ladies, this was a good match. This was a good match by the ladies. I thought it was strong. I thought both ladies got their spots in. I thought both ladies looked good with what they were doing, and like you could get behind them. Some we want Becky chants, not gonna lie, during the match. So there's that. But they both did great. Becky on the brain. Charlotte is gonna win the title again. After using the stairs to hurt Rhea's foot/knee, she's going to end it with a figure 8. So story-wise, that doesn't make sense. Hurt our area, target the area. We're there. Was this setting up for a return from Becky? No, nothing happened. And as we talked about earlier, Nikki's going to take the title off of her. Hopefully something comes out of that and Nikki can do well. But yeah, Charlotte wins. I'm fine with it. I get it. Same shit, different day. But, like, she's one of those 4, like I said, that, like, are the pinnacle. Not an AEW reference. the top. So, like, delivers a good match. I get it. Why do you want her on top? It's just, like, once again, the same shit, different day thing. Like, we want something new. So, that's the only negative on it. But, obviously, she doesn't have the title anymore. So, we'll have to see how that plays out. Move on to the men's Money in the Bank. This was my match of the night. Maybe, except for main event. Match of the night right here. Good, solid Money in the Bank. A lot of people getting their shit in. Not a big surprise. Money in the Bank usually delivers. But it's going to be John Morrison versus Ricochet versus Riddle versus Shinsuke versus Kevin Owens, Big E, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre. A lot of people thinking Drew's going to win. Because WWE just wants to do the same thing. A lot of people thought Big E was going to win because this man's getting his push. He's doing solo stuff. Some people even thought Riddle was going to win, which would have been interesting and could have set up an interesting storyline for Randy Orton. Anyways, match was great. Morrison was being fucking Morrison. Was he still being the dumbass, being the drip, whatever, style man? Yes. But he was getting his shit in, and he was doing what John Morrison should do. Thank you for that. Seth was good. We had some compelling moments with him. We had Shinsuke being the king, having an awesome entrance with Rick Buggs. We had Riddle being good, had some funny moments with him and good competition. We had Owens being the fucking dummy, demolition dummy, test dummy, getting crashed everywhere. Drew had some good spots. Ricochet finally recapturing the crowd. He got no reaction in his entrance, which sucked and hurt so bad. But thank God this man can pull attention to him. Camera focus, because I need you to see my face. Hopefully this man can win the crowd back over, because not on any fault of his own, he hasn't done shit for the longest time. So hopefully he can win them back over. He did with some high spots in this match. We had him walking the ropes. We had him doing sweet-ass dives. We're back on the upswing with Mr. Ricochet. Good for him. Big E looking strong. We had a good, strong moment with him and Drew facing off. That boosts, Drew's status because people love him, and it boosts Big E because Drew's a former champion. Let's have Big E in there with him. Build him up. Great. Smart moves there. So anyways, good moves there. We get continuation of the Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal story as they will interfere with his lackeys. I don't know their name. And they'll take Drew away from the match. Owens being powerbombed through the ladder by Seth Rollins, like I said, being the crash test dummy that he is. The finish was great. Like I said, we had that big high spot from Ricochet. Big E and Rollins are going to end up on the ladder. It looks like Rollins is going to win, which everybody would have hated. Big E's going to go up there, grab him for the big ending. Big ending off the ladder, goes up and claim Money in the Bank for himself. So awesome to see Big E with that briefcase. Hopefully we can do something nice with that, with the Monday Night Raw occurrences happening tonight, of Goldberg showing up. Some people are starting to speculate now, because obviously Big E has not hid his feelings about Goldberg. Maybe that could lead to something. I don't know. Roman will be going against somebody we'll talk about later, it seems, for SummerSlam. So it's questionable. Like, does Big E go the route of Goldberg, or does Big E go the route of Roman Reigns? I think either one would be good. I think one's more likely that he'll win than the other, and one would be more entertaining, even though that one might not be his victory. But Happy's got the opportunity. Happy we're still pushing him. And then, speaking of, we got the main event. We get the Universal Championship. It's going to be Edge versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is defending his Universal title. The crowd was really into this match. Like, whoa. Like, so much energy with both of them standing in the ring. Seemed 50-50. A lot of people rooting for Edge. A lot of people rooting for Roman Reigns. This was the energy we fucking needed the entire night for everybody. Not that they could do that. Obviously, I get that. It's a 3-hour show. You're not going to fucking be able to maintain that. But this was awesome. If you get the chance, if you didn't watch it, go watch this match. Energy alone. Fantastic. Good match by these guys. Fantastic throughout. Not a big surprise there. These guys deliver on numerous occasions. Some key moments to take away from it. The referee was taken out at some point, Charles Robinson. The Usos attempted to interfere, but the Mysterios will interfere on Edge's behalf, take them out, make them out, or get them out of the match. We get one more interference, unfortunately, by Seth Rollins. He cut a promo earlier saying, whoever's the winner of this match, I'm next. I don't care. Decides to kick Edge because he's unhappy that Edge just kind of skipped the line and gets the title match. Rollins going to interfere, kicks Edge. Seems like that was all he needed to do. Blah, blah, blah. He'll come back for a second attack. We'll get a spear from Roman, and Roman will end up retaining his title. Whoop-de-frickin-do. No, I'm just kidding. Good. Solid match. It's interesting to see. I assume Edge and Seth are going to do something now, because they will, at this point, continue to fight into the back. Roman's going to grab a mic. He's saying, now everybody can acknowledge me as your champion. And we're going to get the big return of John Cena. Which, for the fucking 1 in a million chance, everybody in the crowd was fucking excited. It wasn't Cena sucks chance. It wasn't boos. Everybody was happy. And I'm not going to lie, I was happy too, because it was just fun and exciting moment. Cena's back. People really happy. Throws his hat, does a whole gimmick thing. You can't see me. Crowd goes crazy. Fade to black. It's all we needed. As we'll learn on Monday Night Raw, Cena's going to go after the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. I assume this is just going to be another stepping stone for Roman, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with this storyline. I really like where it's going and how it's built Roman in a different light. Like, this makes me more interested in watching Roman compared to his old self. I'm totally fine with that. Like, who else were we going to use? Like, if the goal is The Rock, obviously, most likely that will be Mania time. We still got some time to kill, which, granted, we still got more time to kill, but SummerSlam, at least we can use Cena, and he can help Roman out that way, and we can go from there. So yeah, Money in the Bank, overall was fine. Men's Money in the Bank and the main event were my two top matches. The rest were A-okay. Some good, some bad, some upsetting. Shocker, shocker, surprise. With SummerSlam coming up around the corner, it's hard to get super invested just because these storylines are so like quick. I think that might be something that helps AEW, at least in a way, with these longer, drawn-out storylines between pay-per-views. Even NXT, too. Like, takeovers are, few and far between, or whatever the phrase and saying is. It's tough to get, like, super invested. And granted, with how I watch and absorb wrestling, that could be on me, too. Like, maybe if I watch Raw week to week or SmackDown week to week like I do in NXT, maybe I would be more compelled and interested in the stories. Maybe. Unfortunately, I can't do that, at least at the live schedule. Maybe I could do it DVR, whatever the fuck. But it's hard to be super, super invested compared to just looking at a Twitter feed or whatever of like, oh, this is what's happened. Great. I still like watching the pay-per-views or at least having them on. I still like being, part of this world, part of the wrestling universe. But I think at this point with crowds back, we got to start building people again. Those key players that you do have, fantastic. You've done right to them. They are interesting characters and wrestlers and superstars. Now you got to build up like that middle to lower card area to make it like, not that they have to win everything, but like make us care about these people so we can try and root them on for the underdog factor. And even if they don't win, we'll still love them, we'll still hope for more of them, more for them, Jesus Christ. But that's what I think what we need to work on, just so it's not rinse, repeat, recycle the same matches, blah blah blah, each and every week. I don't need to see Sheamus and Humberto Carrillo fight for the U.S. title for 800 weeks straight. That's been a lot of this pandemic. Not that Humberto doesn't, do well in the ring. I'm glad he's getting TV time, but holy shit, how many times have those two gone for that U.S. title? Please give me something different. Whatever. This has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast. My name is Bret, aka Enigma911. Appreciate you guys hanging out today. If you want to catch this podcast live, you're over to twitch.tv/Enigma911, where it's every other Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You join the chat. If you're a sub over there, we'd love to have you in on the conversation. If you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. It drops over on YouTube and SoundCloud, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. And I forgot to mention earlier, but #ad merch store. You can get all of your swag over there, t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand, support us. It would be greatly appreciated. Appreciate you guys watching this episode or giving it a listen. I know it was another solo one. Hopefully we get some more guests on soon, get some more interesting conversations. If there's anybody you want to see on the podcast, especially leading up to episode 100, let me know. I can give a reach out. That's all we can do, Ask. If it happens, cool. If not, no big deal. We'll see who we can get on for you as we lead to 100 and hopefully many more past that. But I appreciate you guys once again. Give it a watch, give it a listen, give me your time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.